Hey my friends, what's going on? It's Ultimus, and today's video is taking a slight detour from what I originally planned. I originally had some Demon Hunter PvP lined up for you, talking about my thoughts on the class, the Havoc spec, and just its current state in the 7.0 state of the game as we prep for Legion. But apparently today, as I'm recording this, or yesterday by the time this goes live, Blizzard graced us with another rather major announcement from Gamescom again this year in Germany, and that is their plans for 7.1. We just got 7.0. Legion hasn't even dropped yet, and here we're already getting a little snippet of their plans for 7.1. I want to talk about some of the pros, obviously the excitement about this, some of the concerns, of course, and just overall sharing my thoughts. Now, I'm sure most of you are aware, so this won't necessarily be new news entirely, but I figured, what the hey, I'll throw it out there anyways. 7.1, we get Karazhan again, or Karazhan, depending on how you want to roll the dice and pronounce it. I don't particularly care. It's not that important, because it's one of the most beloved raids of all time. It's probably one of my favorite raids to explore. I never got to raid it back in the day when it was live. It's when I was still an ultimate noob, so as much as that's hard to imagine, I was more of a noob than I am now. But it's absolutely gorgeous. The overall design, the layout of it, the bosses, obviously wonderful raid. And you talk to just about any top tier raider, anybody who raided during the Burning Crusade, and it will usually be on their list of top raids ever. Now, however, Karazhan is not coming back as a raid. It is coming back as a 5-man epic dungeon. Now, over the past, I'd say almost a year now, probably even longer, I feel like it's gained a lot of momentum recently, but there has been talks of it for a while. But the player base has basically made it very clear that they've missed the whole mega dungeon feel, the whole, Blackrock Mountain 9 boss plus. Sometimes, I think Blackrock had like 15 plus bosses, something like that, something insane. Style of gameplay. And so Blizzard is like, why not? Let's try it out. So that's what we're getting. Karazhan is going to be a 5-man dungeon. There will not be mythics for it at the launch. However, there will more than likely be the mythic and the mythic plus version for it later on. But it is a dungeon. And I think one of the coolest features about it is that it is a 5-player, 9-boss plus dungeon. They say plus because they pretty much confirmed the Opera event that we're looking at here now is going to be in the game as well. So obviously there are 4 or so optional bosses, not optional, but random bosses. Basically, you get a choice, or you get chosen one boss out of 4. And however many we're going to see in the new version of Karazhan, obviously that's yet to be determined or seen. But he basically confirmed it today. I was watching the video today. A streamer by the name of Sleepbag was over at Gamescom, and he got to sit down with Ian Hazakosist, and or also known as Watcher, and they talked a little bit about the patch, what's to be expected. So very cool stuff. One of my favorite features about it so far that's been announced is that it is one solid dungeon. It is not broken up into parts. You're not going to have to queue for 2 parts. It is one whole dungeon. Just like the old Blackrock dungeon used to be, where you go in, and I'm hoping that you can kind of pick which side you want to do and just basically non-linearly pick which bosses you want to do. That's yet to be seen. Obviously, this is all speculatory at this point. But 9+ bosses, if you count the Opera event, not split, so one whole dungeon as a whole. Again, no mythic level at the start of the expansion, though I would imagine it's coming eventually. To me, this is crazy that we're already seeing, basically planned content for Legion. Legion isn't even out yet. So, of course, some of the concerns by the player base has already been addressed, and that is front-loading content. Again, we're being promised and given so much content at the end, and then we're going to be left with another drought at the end, or even throughout the entirety of the expansion. Yeah, obviously that is a concern. Obviously there's a track record there for it for a reason. Stereotypes are stereotypes for a reason, as they say. But in this particular case, with the amount of changes that are being made to Legion quality of life wise, I'm willing to give Blizzard the benefit of the doubt on it and say, okay, alright, let's see what happens. Obviously with the new text that they have involved, letting them hotfix and patch WoW, on an almost weekly basis, more or less, as they need, rather than having to wait for an entire content patch. I think that allows systems like this to work much better. So again, very exciting, and it's very exciting to see the fact that there's more content being planned. It's not just, okay, we're starting Legion, now time to move on, or we're, you know, just stuck here. It's cool to see iterations of, you know, future content. So very exciting for me. Obviously excited to see what the year is going to look like. And of course, I'm really curious what bosses we're going to see. I think that's a big thing as well, too. What bosses are we going to see? Moros is in the trailer. I would have loved to show you guys the trailer, but I really don't know what I can show on YouTube with everything being so dicey with YouTube right now as far as copyrights, as far as audio and video. I'm just not even going to mess with it. So go check out the trailer for yourself if you want. I'm pretty sure it's going to be on the BNet launcher, and you'll probably be able to find it on the WoW website as well. And check your Twitters. WoWhead's got it, everything. I mean, it's literally everywhere. I'll probably even link it in the description below. So, that being said, though, what bosses? What are we going to see? Are we going to see Moros again? Are we going to see the chess event again? Are we going to see Melkazar, Prince Melkazar, since technically he's not dead, right? I mean, we didn't kill him in the Nether. Since we're going with that whole lore bit, you know, what are we going to see? What are we going to see? Very, very exciting about it. Very curious. Again, want to know what the gear is going to look like. Want to know what bosses we're going to be facing. But I think overall it's going to be a very cool trip down nostalgia lane. Since everybody's been saying we want Karazhan back, and Karazhan is going to be a very lore-centric pillar to the Legion and the Legion expansion. As most of us are familiar with anyways, Medivh and his dealing with the Legion and all the things of that sort, and it's just crazy. And even now in the Legion pre-patches, we've, you know, Dalaran is over Karazhan, and we took that tour through Karazhan with Archmage Khadgar himself, Azeroth Silver Fox. Yeah, so I don't know. Overall, very, very excited. Very exciting stuff. Again, no launch date for it, obviously. Again, there's really no point in even having a launch date because we're not even to Legion yet. We're a couple weeks out from Legion, which is just crazy to think about. What is it, August 18th? Comes out on the, what, the 30th? 31st? I don't remember how many months are in August. The last day of August, basically. Let me check my calendar real quick. Hold on a second. Yep, the 31st. Boom. Exciting stuff, team. But yeah, so again, no dates, nothing like that. But it's very cool to see at least more content coming. And then another thing that they did mention as coming with 7.1 along with the Karazhan dungeon is one more raid. Basically a filler raid in between the two patches. We have the ones that are released with launch of Legion that will go live I think a week or two into Legion, basically when the PvP season starts. Give everybody a chance to get geared up and attuned. And then there, of course, the raid that comes after that. They're going to do one more raid that they said is going to tie up the oh, Blitz, what's the name of the Tauren tribes over there? The name is escaping me, so please forgive me. The high, not High Mountain. Let's figure this out real quick. Hold on a second. Let's figure this out. Stormheim. I was way off. It had nothing to do with the Tauren dudes, but it has everything to do with Stormheim. So very, very cool. Again, as a warrior, I'm excited about that because I feel like a lot of our lore is rooted in Stormheim anyways. So good stuff to be noted there. And then last but not least, when it comes to just the raw facts of this information as well, they are not removing the old raid Karazhan that we're running right now. They're keeping it in the game, so you're able to still run it. You don't need to hurry up and farm it in hopes for a last chance to get that mount. You're still safe to keep running it and keep farming all the transmog and mounty goodness in that raid. So very, very cool to see that they're not removing that raid, but they're just going to simply add on to it. I'll also be very curious to see what sections that we see, what parts of Karazhan we explore. Will it be familiar stuff, new stuff? Who knows? I'm sure it'll be a mix of both. But anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please do look up some of this stuff for yourself. Check it out. And feel free to comment back. Let me know what you think. Your thoughts on it. Are you excited? Is it kind of disappointing? What are your thoughts with kind of what's going on here? And would love to hear from you guys. But that's going to do it for this video. So as always, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you did enjoy. And I'll catch you next time.